Also responded to the address, and she joins us now from Washington, D.C. Thank you for being with us this morning. Could I begin in part by reading a portion of your official response when you said, President Obama has attacked our job creators and provided perverse incentives to keep them from hiring. This is not what we are as a people and only restricts the American dream. Can you elaborate on that statement, please?
Well, you know, it's actually the president that is standing in the way of the private sector growing. We need a growing economy. That's what we need to do in order to turn this around. You know, we've had 4 years of failed policies, $5.9 trillion added to the debt. And one of the first comments that the president made yesterday was that his policies will not add a dime to the debt. The problem we have here is that that's what he said over and over and over again already, and it just simply doesn't reign true. How are we going to pay for these things?
What did you think about the response from Senator Rubio?
I thought Senator Rubio hit it right on the head. It is actually the president and his failed policies that are holding the private sector back, holding the country back. We need to unleash the private sector. We need families to be able to grow, working families. American families stick to a budget every year. They sit down at the table and they figure it out. And yet the president doesn't seem capable of doing that. We have got to make sure that we turn this country around. You know, he talked about energy policy. What about Keystone? He never mentioned one time anything about the Keystone pipeline. That's a wonderful start. North Carolina, natural gas, that is going to be vital to our economy moving forward. And yet he wants to focus on continuing to subsidize companies that have been failed green energy policy.
But don't you think Americans are fed up with political dysfunction in Washington and want to see more cooperation on both sides, Democrats and Republicans? Where are you willing to meet the president halfway?
We are willing to work, but the fact of the matter is, Bill, we cannot continue on a path that isn't working. You know I'm a nurse. If we're taking care of a patient and the plan of action is not working, you have to change it. You have to listen. You have to accept other ideas. The president continues to put forth his same policy ideas, and they have failed us. We have got to get out of debt. The American people understand this, and yet when the president was talking about infrastructure growth, manufacturing, all of these things, energy policy, he didn't put forward a plan of how we will do that. We have got to cut the debt in order to get ahead. We simply cannot continue to pass this on to our children. We've got to grow the private sector. A thriving, growing economy is what we need. We need American families. North Carolina families are begging for this. Just give us a chance is what they're saying. And instead the president talks about raising the minimum wage to $9 an hour. That is not a solution.
All right, Representative Renee Ellmers, thank you so much for speaking to us live from Capitol Hill this morning.